few years ago, he asked me what I wanted for Mother's Day, and I said, I think we should be a foster family. And it just sort of went from there.
Jeannie and Chris Moderman have been foster parents to sisters Luciana and Emmeline since they were babies. And last month, they took the next step. They adopted these two toddlers, adding to their family that already includes two sons, both adopted at birth.
It's just on my heart that we had space, and there were so many kiddos who needed a safe place to land, and I thought that we could do that.
It has been a long process, but they're ready to continue the journey.
They are amazing, and we are so lucky to have them as part of our lives, and we're so excited to go down this road with them and to have a family with them.
The Modermans have fostered a couple of other children before, but with only so many bedrooms in their home, this will be the last time they foster. It's something that weighs on Jeannie.
There's just not enough homes. There's not enough homes for the kiddos, which means there's so much more work for caseworkers, and everything else starts with there not being enough homes.
A 2018 audit by the Secretary of State Audit Division took a critical look at the child welfare system. It confirms what Jeannie already knows. There are not enough foster families for the more than 11,000 kids in Oregon's foster care system. Why? The audit points to high turnover, staff shortages, chronic management failures, and high caseloads as the main culprit.
There's a little bit of a communication breakdown, and some of it comes from the fact that the counselor, the caseworkers are overworked. Because we in our first placement, the little boy who was placed with us was dropped off, and we didn't hear from the case manager again for what, 2 months?
3 months.
3 months.
Jeannie says because of turnover at DHS, kids don't have consistent caseworkers. Cases fall through the cracks, and recruiting foster families can fall to the bottom of the to-do list.
You don't go into this profession without a heart for helping kids, but there's just so much work, and there's so many balls up in the air, and it's at the way that it's going now, it's impossible to do it all well if you're going to do it all.
The audit found that on average, Oregon has nearly twice as many kids in foster care as the nationwide average. But since 2016, the number of available foster homes has declined by 15%. Bottom line, Jeannie says foster families need more support from the state. She says that could encourage more people to become foster parents.
It all comes back to we need more homes, and we need more people to step up and say yes.
Governor Kate Brown started a child welfare policy agenda last year, and in September, Brown signed a $6.7 million bill to create a statewide system of care advisory council. It aims to create teams that will ensure better services and placements for children while working in tandem to reduce the number of children who enter the welfare system.
I'm really focused on making sure that our children are safe in the foster care system, that we're reducing caseloads for our caseworkers, and that we're recruiting and retaining qualified families from around the state to serve as foster parents.
But getting real, measurable results has been slow. What's holding progress back often comes down to funding.
So you really have several different problems, each of which I think is solvable, but each of which has a resource starvation component to it.
Dave Hunt is a lobbyist for CASA, a group that works directly with children in the foster care system.
There have to be resources invested in foster families, in DHS caseworkers, in the courts, in the attorneys, in the court-appointed special advocates, to really have a holistic system that is going to serve the foster children effectively and well.
Even with new legislation and funding, the state relies heavily on outside partners like CASA and Embrace Oregon to support foster families. Embrace Oregon volunteers do things like create welcome boxes for children entering the foster care system. They're filled with everything from toys to toiletries to help them in the already traumatic transition.
So it's not as isolating of an experience because they have community wrapping around them. But they also have more resources and tangible items that are available to them as they say yes.
Perhaps the most important thing these volunteers do, they give parents a much-needed break every now and then, watching the kiddos so Jeannie and Chris can have a date night or even just a moment alone.
I don't know how we would do this without our connection with our village and our other families who are doing what we do.
Jeannie says being a foster parent is not easy. It comes with stress. a complicated child welfare system, and a whole mess of unexpected hurdles. But this family wouldn't give it up for anything.
Because these kids are worth it. Because they need somebody to say yes.